I think it's a pretty good track. I mean, I've been used to the blue one for quite a while. So coming out here tonight, I didn't really get to feel it out as much because of how fast the race was. But I mean, it's feeling pretty good.
Alana Reid, the track and field sensation who made waves with her jaw-dropping performances, just made a move that no one saw coming. After dominating the 100-meter and 200-meter at the World U20 Championships, she signed on with one of the sport's biggest coaches, Dennis Mitchell. But just as fast as she rose under his guidance, Alana pulled the plug on the whole setup. No drama, no big announcements, just a quiet exit that has everyone wondering, what happened behind the scenes, and why did she leave the coach who helped her shine?
I've had ups and downs in training, but nevertheless, I never gave up on myself, and my coach and my family never gave up on me. So it really gave me the push to come out here.
Back in 2022, Alana Reid was still just a teenager, but already her name was buzzing in the track world. She stepped onto the world stage and made her mark at the World U20 Championships in Cali, clinching bronze in the 200 meters with a time of 22.95 seconds. For most athletes her age, that would have been the peak, but for Alana, it was only the beginning. She had something that couldn't be ignored: explosive speed, laser-sharp focus, and that fearless drive to prove she belonged among the best. There wasn't anything flashy about how she carried herself off the track, but the moment the gun fired, she turned into a completely different person, hungry, powerful, and unshaken. The thing about Alana is she doesn't just win races, she owns her lane. And in 2023, she turned the world's attention to Jamaica once again, when she ran a jaw-dropping 10.92 seconds in the 100 meters at the Jamaican Championships. That wasn't just a personal best, it was record-breaking. She became the fastest Jamaican U20 female sprinter in history. That kind of performance doesn't happen by accident. It takes raw talent, yes, but also brutal training, sacrifice, and a mindset that refuses to back down. What made it even more impressive was how grounded she stayed through it all. No wild press antics, no dramatic sound bites, just work. Consistent, focused, undeniable work. She was proving that her success wasn't a one-time fluke or lucky race. It was built on real grit and dedication, and she had the stats to prove it. Alana Reid wasn't just hype, she was a force. So when the news came out in late 2023 that Alana was heading to Florida to join the Star Athletics track club, it felt like the next natural step in her journey. She was going from promising young star to full-on professional, entering one of the most competitive and respected training camps in the world. The club was headed by Dennis Mitchell, a former Olympic medalist, and the same man coaching some of the biggest sprinting names in the sport, including Sha'carri Richardson and Twanisha T.T. Terry. People took notice. Some were excited, others were skeptical. After all, joining a high-profile camp like Mitchell's meant stepping into a whole different world: intense competition, strict schedules, and living under a microscope. But if anyone looked ready for it, it was Alana. At first, it all seemed to be working. She was adapting quickly, staying focused, and showing up in a major way during training and competition. The pairing between her and Mitchell looked like it could be a winning formula. On paper, it was perfect, an emerging Jamaican superstar sharpening her skills alongside some of the world's top sprinters under one of the most seasoned coaches out there.
Were you in the cross line? When you were beginning, you thought they was goal? What was your mind?
It was just for me to run and execute my best race.
When Alana Reid joined Dennis Mitchell's elite training group at Star Athletics in Florida, people expected greatness, and she delivered. Within just a year, her name was stamped across international headlines for all the right reasons. Her training intensified, the competition was fierce, but Alana didn't just keep up, she thrived. She wasn't just learning how to train like a pro, she was becoming one. The young Jamaican sprinter quickly found her rhythm in this new environment, sharing the track with some of the sport's biggest names like Sha'carri Richardson and T.T. Terry. It was a high-pressure, high-performance atmosphere, and she held her own. Actually, she did more than that. She won. In 2024, she traveled to Lima for the World U20 Championships, where she claimed gold in the 100 meters. That was a huge moment, not just because she stood on the top of the podium, but because she carried the weight of expectations and still delivered under pressure. She didn't stop there. Alana helped Jamaica secure gold in the 4x100-meter relay, showcasing her team's spirit and her consistency. Every step on that track was a statement. I belong here. I'm ready for more. Then came the Paris 2024 Olympics, a massive milestone in any athlete's career. Alana represented Jamaica in the 4x100-meter relay, where her team finished a solid 5th place. For a 19-year-old sharing the Olympic stage with seasoned veterans, that was huge. She didn't walk away with a medal, but she walked away with experience, confidence, and the respect of the track world. Most athletes spend years chasing the Olympic dream. Alana did it before she even turned 20. So, when rumors started swirling that Alana had quietly left Dennis Mitchell's camp, fans were caught off guard. There was no press release, no emotional Instagram post, no interview explaining what went wrong. She simply left. Gone from Florida. Gone from the training circle that included Sha'carri and TT. And just like that, the fastest Jamaican U20 sprinter was charting a new course. Instead of staying under the guidance of Mitchell, Alana moved to Arkansas, joining fellow Jamaican athletes Nikisha Price and Akira Nugent. It wasn't just a location change. It felt like a shift in energy. People were stunned. Why would someone leave such a high-profile coaching group after a year full of victories? No official explanation was offered, but those paying attention could feel it. Something had shifted. Some insiders say she felt overlooked in the Mitchell camp. Others whisper about creative differences or tensions in the training environment. And while Alana hasn't publicly called anyone out, her departure speaks volumes. What made it all the more intriguing was the silence. Athletes usually post something, anything, when they change training camps, especially when leaving a big-name coach. But Alana didn't. She just walked away, quiet, focused, and intentional. That's her style. And maybe that's what makes this story so powerful. It's not about drama. It's about a young woman who knows her worth and isn't afraid to pivot, even when it shocks everyone. In a world where athletes often feel trapped by fame, contracts, and public opinion, Alana Reid chose freedom. She chose to go where she felt stronger, safer, and more supported. And that, more than medals or records, might be her boldest move yet. Alana Reid's sudden move out of Dennis Mitchell's training camp wasn't just unexpected. It lit a firestorm of questions. In the world of elite track and field, when an athlete leaves a high-performance camp, that quickly and quietly, people notice, especially when that athlete is coming off one of the most successful years of her career. Naturally, the rumors started flying. Was Alana unhappy with the environment? Did she feel like she wasn't getting enough attention or support? Some insiders have whispered about possible tension in the group, subtle rifts between athletes, differences in training philosophies, or maybe even personal dynamics that made things uncomfortable behind the scenes. And while none of this has been confirmed, the fact that Alana hasn't addressed the situation publicly has only fueled more speculation. She's made a few subtle comments here and there, small hints that suggest not everything was perfect, nothing explosive, no direct accusations. But if you read between the lines, it's clear she was dealing with something more than just training blocks and track times. Her body language in recent interviews, the sudden switch without fanfare, the absence of farewells, all of it feels a little too quiet for a move this big. And that silence, it speaks volumes. When someone at the peak of their career chooses to walk away from a world-class coaching setup, that's not a small decision. That's not about convenience. It's about something deeper. Maybe she felt boxed in. Maybe she realized that the environment she was in didn't allow her to grow the way she needed to. Or maybe, like so many young athletes, she just didn't feel heard. Leaving the comfort of an elite system that's producing champions like Sha'carri Richardson is bold. It's risky, but it also shows something powerful: courage. Alana didn't wait for the perfect time or the perfect explanation. She chose what felt right for her, even if it meant stepping into uncertainty. That choice is something a lot of athletes are scared to make. When you're part of a high-profile camp, it's easy to feel like you owe your success to the people around you. Like leaving might mean walking away from your future. But Alana did it anyway. She followed her gut, even if that meant starting over somewhere new. Her move to Arkansas isn't just a relocation, it feels like a statement. A quiet one, sure, but loud in meaning. It says that peace, progress, and personal comfort matter. It says that even in the world of elite athletics, you don't have to stay somewhere just because it looks good on paper. You don't have to smile through discomfort. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.